Alright, let's do it. Furman, welcome to the pigsty. It is time for iCast, your freaking awesome replays. And down here in the bottom left-hand side, in the red, the Protoss player. It is a Space Invader. Up here in the top right-hand side, also in the blue, it is Pike Dasta. And we are playing on 16-bit. Damn, I haven't seen this map in a while. So I know a lot of people wanted to send in old replays for some of these challenges. Of course, this was the Basetrade Icyfar challenge. For those of you who don't know what Icyfar is, it's iCast your freaking awesome replays. I'm pretty good at coming up with names for things, aren't I? I definitely don't just kind of spell out what it is and then turn it into a terrible abbreviation. This week's challenge, the one we are casting, of course, was a base race Icyfar. All your bases are belong to us, so we're going to try and find out exactly what sort of shenanigans get up to when the players start eliminating each other's buildings, stealing each other's bases, and creating some absolute madness. Of course, any single person, even if you're in Bronze League, even if you only play team games, can get your replay featured in this show. There's even money on the line if you do get your replay featured. Of course, we are going to have a vote at the end of today's show to see which one you guys think was the best game. 40 USD to the winner. Thank you to the Liquid Rain sponsorship. Liquid Rain is a sci-fi novel. It's also basically written by a dude who has had his replay cast a couple of times, loves the show, plays some of the funniest games on Milwaukee. So shout out to him for throwing a bunch of money to all of yous. Also, of course, based on how many likes there'll be on the YouTube uploads of these videos, first, second, and third, by June 1st? Yes, June 1st. First, second, and third by June 1st are going to be getting a whole bunch of cash in hand, as well as anyone who gets their replay cast does get a copy of the book sent out to them. So enjoy that, have some fun with it, and it should be kind of incredible. If you want to get your replay featured in next week's challenge, the next like 8 challenges are all sponsored. It is Tale of a Knife and a Telephone Booth. So for anyone who's ever kind of envisioned themselves being in a street fight or getting attacked by someone, you know, you're walking home, you're worried about someone coming up and maybe kind of, you know, you've got your keys bundled up in your hand. You're like, nah, I'll hold my keys really tight and I'll kind of hit him with it in the face. Take that whole kind of mental process. Now imagine you're in a phone booth and you're not just with a random stranger that wants your wallet, but a rabid enemy that wants to tear your face off. That's the sort of game we're looking for. So to actually translate that into StarCraft terms, how are we going to get games that are that disgustingly action-packed, where the players pretty much never sit back, they never do the gentleman's agreement, and just try to get in each other's face and murder each other? The rule is you're not allowed to have more than 40 workers at any point during the game. So I want all of you to show me your most ridiculous, incredible replays where you cannot get more than 40 workers. There's going to be a lot of questions. Do mules count? Can you do this? As always, the rules are open to interpretation. If you bend them, I don't really care too much as long as the game is awesome and ridiculous. Now, if the game is super boring and bad, I don't care how well you follow the rules, it's just not going to get a good chance of going in. I don't watch these replays ahead of time, but my mods always choose the replays they think are the funniest, the most unique, the most entertaining. We want snowflake games, alright? We don't want Chad games that are just super generic and standard. We don't want the friggin' Urban Outfitter games. We don't want white t-shirt and blue jeans. We want like a leotard and a shiny friggin' sailor hat or something. Like, we want some weird shit, all right? We just want like unique special games. Send them in and hopefully yours will be cast in the next week. For now, let's talk about this game here. Of course, it is the base race Icyfar, and no doubt people sending in their favorite base race replays they've been looking back at over the months. So hopefully we've got a few good ones here. Down here in the bottom left, Space Invader has an Oracle out on the map. Zealot and a Stalker just kind of hanging out at the door. No expansion here, and he's going to be a second Oracle. So we're going to see the most worker-friendly harassment unit that, funnily enough, is the most murderous and disgustingly abusive unit when it comes to destroying worker lines. Going to go across this map. Meanwhile, Pike has very few units. Okay, we've got a few Stalkers, but they're moving out. No, there's an Oracle over there. Oh my god. Okay, these Stalkers are going to move down to the low ground for now. There is a Phoenix for Pike that's going to move across the map. Back at home, Pike, of course, does have that Stargate. Are we going to see more Phoenix in production? Oh my god, Pike's going +1 air weapons. Oh, somewhere in this world, Rotterdam is so happy right now. And there we go, Pike sees the Nexus starting up. Space Invader expanding way later though, now moving across with Zealots and Stalkers as well. The double Oracle ready for that backstab into the main base. But these Stalkers still looking decent. What is that? 6 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers and a Zealot. Definitely a big advantage there for Pyke. Pyke's looking to be in good stead. This Phoenix decides to just fly over them. He's like, hey guys, there's a bunch of dickheads coming our way. They're trying to fight us. The Stalker's going to come forward for Pyke. They're going to start to engage. Space Invaders like, yeah, 4 Zealots versus 4 Stalkers versus 8 seems like a good trade. He's going to decide to run away and try to hide behind the fog. Changes directions. Is like, oh, we thought they wouldn't chase us through here. And this is friggin' disastrous. Space Invader comes in with a 2 Stalker flank, once again, showing incredible quick maths. It says 4 Stalkers beat 8, right? Ugh, absolutely brutal. Space Invader throws the entire army away, but was it in vain? I don't think so. It's distracted Pyke enough for the Laser Boys to get in. 2 Disco Balls of Doom, absolutely annihilating that mineral line. And, oh my god, that's disgusting. Casual 21 workers killed there. And Pyke is like, what did I do to deserve this, man? What did I do to deserve this? This Oracle pilot's like, screw you, just leave me alone, man. Let me kill a few more probes. And that's going to be absolutely brutal. 8 workers on minerals there. 5 in the main base. Meanwhile, Space Invaders got a pretty healthy economy up. Tons of probes on the way. More Stalkers, adding +1 weapons as well. Going to go into the Robo. Back at home, I feel like Pyke has done the strangest build I've ever seen. It's a single Phoenix, and he's getting upgrades for it. Pyke's like, you know what? I want to go mass air upgrades and Stargates, but I don't want to actually build out of the Stargate that I have. They're pretty, you know? There's like a rotating circle thing. It looks like a Stargate. You could hop in there and go to another dimension or something. Yeah, why not? Not really sure what the plan is. Meanwhile, he's going to move over and start to try and contain Space Invader. Now, this is the moment where you say, let's run up that ramp. What are force fields anyway? This seems like a safe idea. Space Invader, not even going to trap the Stalkers, does block the entrance though. Pyke says, yeah, probably not the best thing to do. Headbutting into a brick wall of Protoss. I feel like I've seen how that works out, you know? I've seen someone hallucinating on ayahuasca in the desert. They'd drank a couple of 40s beforehand and smoked a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, headbutting a brick wall is not a good idea. That is a brick wall. You see, if you don't read binary, that says get wrecked. And no, don't go up there. What are you doing, Pyke? Once again, walks up. The Stalkers and Sentries just going to absolutely annihilate. Pyke somehow slips away. This was masterful. That force field, you know? He's like, you know what? I'll leave an exit. You can slide on out of there. It's okay. I don't want to be too mean in this game. We want to give you a chance. We want to give you a small chance. No worries. Back at home, we've still got more air upgrades on the way. And Pyke is like, you know what? I built a second Stargate, but it's got to cool off after it builds. I think I figured it out. Pyke has realized Stargates, they get very hot. So you got to build one unit and then wait 3 minutes before you build another unit out of it. I like it, you know? So it's one Phoenix, soon to be one Chadray. Remember, Chadray is not quite complete without having more. Oh my god, Pyke, no! Don't! Runs up the ramp, kills the pylon, and loses half of his Stalkers for it. Please stop. Space Invader's like, alright man, I'll just chase you out now. I did just kill your entire army. He's like, but I depowered 1 gateway. It was totally worth it. It's like, was it worth it? That's 1/5 of his gateway production. I don't know if that was worth it, man. Got a couple more Chads on the way. Remember, guys, Chad on its own is a little bit lonely, a bit insecure. But he's got 2 more bros coming along. They're going to be ready to high-five him. They might do that thing where you see your buddy in the gym, you jump up and chest thump each other. 100% they're going to do that. But on his own, always a little bit lonely. Sentries and Stalkers here for Space Invader, who's going Plasma Shield upgrades. This is... Plasma shields is like when you see people with like designer clothes. You're like, you know, that's exactly the same as this thing that costs 150th the price. They're like, yeah, but it feels really cool when I wear it. And you're like, I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of money. And they're like, no, it's awesome. And you're like, yeah, plasma shield upgrade. It's overpriced, man. It's the most overpriced game upgrade in all of StarCraft. I do like to see people get it though. And this one's, ooh, it's a fancy Warp Prism skin. You can see this Warp Prism has a bit of a mesh behind it. Nice little fancy mesh. Is this the Golden Age one? I think this is the Golden Age skin. I always get my skins confused for the Warp Prism. Actually, I think that one's normally a bit more golden, isn't it? Maybe this is the Forged one? It might be the Forged one, actually. Yeah, it looks like it matches these Stalkers. I think this is the old Forged set. Don't know if Golden Age was out when this map was being played. Ooh, an alpha of Chads. But remember, alphas only come in pairs. So that means this is Nigel, the younger brother. They don't really want him hanging around, but he follows them into combat anyway. Yep, alright. So we got Chad Chaddison and Nigel. What else is going on? Oh my god, using both Stargates? Holy crap. Pike! Pike! Using both Stargates at once like an absolute boss. Down here, DT Shrine is up for Space Invader. I don't think there is any detection on the map for Pike. Ooh, DT Shrine's ready, and there is literally no detection. He could build an observer. Pike could build an observer, but right now has nothing but Void Ray Stalkers and shield batteries. By the way, it's not just me, right? It does look like the Death Star, right? It looks like the Protoss went into the Star Wars universe, they shrunk down the Death Star, they made like little miniature versions of it and copies, and then they turned them into shield batteries. Uh-oh, DT's coming in, there's no detection for Pike, those two stabby boys up front. Oh, I mean, we're talking about next week's challenge being knife fight in a phone booth. Ugh, even worse, imagining being in there with an invisible dude with a scythe. Ugh, absolutely brutal. The Chads, fortunately though, do absolutely annihilate these Stalkers. The shield batteries overhead. Space Invaders Stalker army once again gets ravaged every fight. Oh, Space Invaders Stalkers just get wrecked, but the DTs are in there. Pike still has not realized there's invisible units killing all of his workers. Okay, guys, this is the equivalent of, like, the probes are like, ah, there's a boogeyman! There's a boogeyman! The rest of the Protoss are like, shut up, kids, there's no one under your bed. They're like, no, seriously, Dad, there's someone under my bed. Their kids, like, getting hacked to pieces, and the parents are still like, no, that's not real. There's no such thing as invisible dudes with scythes who are gonna kill. No! They're killing your worker line. Why aren't you building detection? He's dropped... Oh no, he's dropped a forge. You've got a robo right there. You could have got an observer out, but now it's depowered. Uh-oh. Pike's in trubs, man. Pike is building 2 more Stargates as well, whilst chrono boosting the Stargates that aren't being used once again in true Pike fashion. I absolutely love it. This DT here chasing 5 children. They're like, the boogeyman's coming. Get that shit out of here, man. This is crazy. Up here, we got Chad Rays in the main. Stalkers warping in for Space Invader. They might be able to engage, but ooh, Prismatic Alignment's still on. Prismatic Alignment does run out. And those Stalkers are going to pull back for now. These DTs just chilling. Uh-oh, they're having a smoke break. Oh my god, what sort of human centipede action is that? That is, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not helping right now. Of course, you do have to remember, most StarCraft units are complete morons when left to their own devices. The Stalkers come forward, focus down a couple of the Chads, but 4 Chads stand strong. That guy's seen some shit. Oh my god, 30 hit points. He pulled back, goes back into the action as well. DT's there. There's still a base mining on the left. These DTs haven't done anything about it. Those Stalkers killing that. We've got the Chad Rays in the main. Space Invaders trying to mass cannons underneath the Void Rays, and that doesn't go very well. But these Void Rays aren't actually shooting the cannons right now. If they actually finish, who knows, that might actually work out. We're going to come back and check on this one. 1 Chad Ray working on the cannon right there. That's going to go down. If the other 2 finish, they might be able to take out 1 or 2 Void Rays, though. In the meantime, Pike expanding to the top left, anticipating this base trade scenario. These 3 DTs still just trying to figure out how to work as one as the centipede. It's friggin' weird, man. Screw German scientists who are upset with the environment and stuff, because that was, ugh. The DT Shrine's gonna get focused down here. Pike does, oh yeah, there's a base over there. Lots of cannons going up. If those cannons get up, Space Invader's probably gonna be okay. Space Invader's still mining from this base as well, but that's a goddamned lot of Void Rays coming across this map. Have we got any detection up? Any detection for... He could be building oracles this whole time. He's still building Void Rays. What are you doing, man? Oh my god. Alright, that's amazing. This game is about to get super messy. I mean, that's a lot of cannons, but you gotta remember, Void Rays can just prismatically align, and cannons basically disappear if they all stack up at once. DT's finally getting in the action. The Centipede learning to work together. Great. That Nexus is gonna go down as well. I think the Space Invaders got way more money here, right? Yeah, it's trying to build a Cybercore, a Forge, more cannons. I mean, it's going to keep this base mining. It's up at 32 workers, still mining on this base. Going to try and get cannons up there as well. And Pike here clearing out the production in the main base. There's still a ton of DTs on the map, of course, that could be used for making into Archons. These guys have managed to escape. I think this is the dudes that were getting chased by the boogeyman earlier in this game. These children are going to make it back to the mineral line where they can frolic with the minerals and pick up shiny things like magpies. Generally have a good time. These cannons not going to have time to finish here. The Chads and Stalkers come in. 2 cannons are going to finish. but they get depowered and end up being absolutely worthless. These probes going to run away from those Chads. I mean, these Chads are swirly masters. They see a probe on his own. I mean, they're going to lock him in his own locker. They're gonna give him an atomic wedgie, you know, where your underwear literally like is over your head while somehow still being on in the normal way. It's not a good feel. Speaking of not good feels, photon cannons thought they were good at shooting stuff. Chad rays, they beg to differ, man. One void ray went down, but like 8 cannons went down. Oh, another cannon here. Gonna get a few shots off, but I mean, they're gonna kill like one more stalker maybe. Yeah, one stalker, and that's it. The anti-air's gone. The base is gone. Pikes, Chad rays reigning supreme over the skies. And what a bunch of alphas. Look at that. They're crossing the beams. Ah, they're crossing the beams. They're crossing the streams. No F's given. These guys would most certainly not make it as Ghostbusters. Half of them are just sitting around. Ah, god damn, man. Get some respect. Watch some classic movies, dudes. They probably don't even know who Bill Murray is. They're like, is he in an action movie? They're like, I only like Steven Seagal films. Steven Seagal's my favorite actor. I think he's the best fighter in the world. Oh, god damn. Please. Stop it. Stop it. Probes over there going to hang out. DTs have cleaned everything up. A single cannon at home for Pike, and one pervy boy just sitting there, all invisible. You see Pike's probes, they're just sitting there, they're like, I feel like I'm being watched. the observers actually walked into cannon range. They can see this observer's just staring at them. The DTs are going to come in. 4 DTs versus a cannon. Uh-oh. Oh, God, this is Pike's... Oh, no, Pike's re-expanding to the bottom side. Pike's going to recall, though, but Pike loses the detection, so Pike can't see anything. He's just aware there's a bunch of invisible dudes. He's like, shizzle fizz. I don't know. Maybe it's like the equivalent of like these DTs are like the monster thing out of Birdbox. The Chads are just all, they're afraid to, they just watch Birdbox. They're afraid to open their eyes. Instead, they're just going to chill out. That Warp Prism, though, looks like it's pretty keen on dying. Decides to run about 1 centimeter away every time the Void Rays shoot it. Warp Prisms, pretty intelligent units. Meanwhile, expansion on the south, expansion on the north. Both players trying to just run all over the map, trying desperately to rebuild. So we've got 5 DTs. There's these 3, which I believe is the centipede that seems to have gained some individual action. Notice they were kind of moving apart a bit, but no, they rejoin. They rejoin. At the hip, though, it's the PG-13 sort of centipede, guys. You know, it's like they got a hula hoop attaching them. It's nothing. It's not like the film. It's not like the film. It's much more PG. It's fine. This DT is just chilling in the main. He's doing nothing. That DT is just chilling as well. These Chad rays cleaning up that assimilator. And Space Invaders only got, what, 8 probes, and they're all in a stack. And that's really risky because those Chads almost found them. There's none up here at the Nexus or anything like that. If they get caught, that's going to be in trouble. But, ooh, you know what? Come on, fight. Kill. Probe on probe action. Let's go. Come on, playground battle, please. No, Space Invader's a pansy. He's going to run away. I would have loved those probes to just stop by, murder a few probes, and then run off. Oh, they're going to go for it. Yes. Yes. Space Invader. This is a terrible idea. The Chads are right there. Oh, my God. They're not even... Oh, God. These are last probes. Ooh, 4 of them go down. There's only 4 left. Get the hell out of there. Run in a straight line. No, keep running. What are you doing? Stop. Fortunately for them, the Void Rays decided to stop over here as well. The DT is coming into the counterattack. Pike still has no detection. Could have built an Oracle or an Observer at any point during this. Still hasn't done it. Pike is out of money right now. Pike can only build a few assimilators. This is the last structure. Pike, build an assimilator. You've got to build an assimilator. It's the last structure, I think. Oh, no, there's one pylon somewhere on the map. Never mind, I'm an idiot. This is the last structure. Okay. And I don't know, I feel like it's a symbol of Pike's pride right now. I feel like Pike really needs to defend that because honestly, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, boys, ego, video games, and phallic objects. I don't know. It just feels that way. DTs take down a few probes over here. We've got 2 probes for Pike, 4 probes for Space Invader. Space Invader has the Nexus, though. That's going to be a lot harder to get rid of. There's still no answer to the Chad Rays, though. Pike is actually starting to split up all over the map. Look at this map vision. Sees almost everything, even that base, but has not scouted his own main. He's checked every single expansion except his own main base. And his own probe is about to go down. That's his last probe. That's his last probe. Space Invader. No, he leaves the last probe alone. Oh, these probes getting caught by this Chad in the top left-hand side. That's a 21 kill Chad Ray, by the way. That's an adjudicated Chad Ray. This guy is the chattiest. He's wearing 3 white t-shirts on top of each other. This is the Chad who's never worked a day in his life outside of his daddy's trust fund. This Chad right here is ready to piss on some probes. Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh, the last 3 probes. No. Well, recall. Will the last probe get out? And it gets out of there just barely. Spike still has no idea where this Nexus is. That Stalker just came down out of this back base and went whoop and totally missed it. Meanwhile, we've got Space Invader, who his opponent has been revealed. There's a thing that happens if you don't have a Nexus left. Your buildings get revealed. He can see this in real time, and he still can't find it. Space Invader, it's right there. This is Space Invader's vision. He can see it, but he's going around the edges of the map. Ah! I'm gonna lose my mind. All the Void Rays, they're just standing in random spots around the map. Check the corner. Oh my God. What am I watching right now? Please. Pike's built another pylon down here, which also, let's check Space Invader's vision, shows up. What the fuck? This is so dumb. Stop typing. Check the corners of the map. You're so close to victory. Both of you are. Please. Stop. Oh my God. Finally. Pike's like, maybe I should check my old main base. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, there's something in there. Oh man, these probes gonna try and escape. That's gonna go down. There's still one probe hiding up there, and if a few of these can get out, that'll be good as well. These Chads coming in from all sides. These are Chad-infested waters, and they sense the kill in the top right-hand side. There's blood in the water, and the sharks come in as a pack, and they chow down on their foe. It does go down. This one probe just hiding off to the side, trying to be as still as possible. They definitely have vision of him, but thankfully they're not realizing. Apparently it's like the T-Rex. If you don't move, it can't see you. Yeah. I guess that probe survives. Another Nexus goes down here. These DTs. Oh my God, they figured it out. They figured it out. He's like, apparently if I attack the thing which I've been able to see the entire game, it will die. The DT's going. That's the last structure. That is the last probe. That is it. If that pylon goes down, it's it. This is the last Nexus as well. One Chad Ray finds it at the last second. I don't think it's fast enough though. The pylon goes down. And just like that, that beautiful, delicate poop show of a game does end up going down. GG, well played. Ah, that's exactly the sort of hot mess I love to cast. Thank you very much for that replay. I don't know which one of you sent that in. I imagine it was Space Invader since you won, but who knows? That was a hilarious game. Oh, was that like 7 minutes? With no Nexus before the DTs realized they could see the structures? Oh, that's incredible. Thank you. Thank you for the game.